Welcome back to another episode on the Create-O-Holics server. In the last one, we built this beautiful build. It is a kind of gothic church cathedral, whatever, and we are going to still be working on this today, but we're working on the inside. There is nothing really entertaining happening here, and as this is the Create mod, we gotta creatify it. And in the last episode, I briefly talked about it. We have these lecterns here and some seats. Seats, conveniently, can be used to have villagers sit. And the lecterns, villagers like working. They like having jobs. The lecterns do that. But underneath the seats, we have something called a trading depot. We have a mod called Create Trading Floor, which, if you don't know, basically lets you auto trade with villagers, and it will continuously trade as long as it has, if you're buying something with emeralds, as long as it has the emeralds to buy it with, whenever the villager interacts with their workstation, which happens a lot, actually. It's a surprising amount. And with this mod, we can automate a lot of things, including, I guess, every block that villagers have, like terracotta, all those things. I don't know if we need to do that, but the important ones is that we can automate emeralds. We can automate books, because books are actually kind of expensive if you don't have leather or like a straw farm or something. We could technically automate glass, which wouldn't even be that difficult, but it requires a flint farm, which I never thought I'd say, or a stone farm, which we're going to be doing the stone one, because I cannot believe in my lifetime making a flint farm for something that's useful, so we're not doing that. We can't do it. We are making a stone farm, and we're going to just hide it underground. I mean, what's Minecraft and the Create mod if you don't make something ugly and hide it under the floor? So that's what we're going to be doing in this episode. But we also need villagers, and oh boy, do I hate villagers. They are the worst thing that you could ever have in the world. Probably. Maybe cancer is worse, but otherwise, dealing with villagers. That's number 2 on the list of worst things. And I have to move 56 villagers. I don't even have one. I don't know where do you get a villager these days? There's a village right here. We can see if we can borrow one of their people. Bad news. I have been looking around here for just a little bit of time, and no villagers here. I mean, the world is shocked. Oh, whoa, this looks so good from far away. I haven't looked at it from this far. This is the enemy Weedo's base. He likes tall. Oh, I thought I was dead. He likes tall wall. But we need to go somewhere remote in the middle of nowhere. Let's hot swap our gear to be able to swim all fast, and let's go find a remote village so we can borrow some of their employees. Je m'appelle monsieur, bonsoir monsieur. And I think he's in the seat. Nice. All right, we have 4 villagers here. 3 of them are farmers. I don't know. I think their trades will reset eventually once their pathfinding fixes themselves. But I had to get all of these guys from a village about 1,000 blocks away. And if we do that for 57 villagers, we are going to be doing this for, I think, about 40 years. And believe it or not, don't want to do that. That would be bad. So we're going to make them kith. And I'm just going to build a little house for them to do that, because it's going to be temporary. I might even actually dig down and make first at least the room for the cobblestone stone generator that we're going to be using to trade for infinite emeralds. We'll make the room for that, put all the villagers in there, make them kiss, and then once the villagers are all up here, we can then build the stone generator underneath in that little area. So to get there, I'm thinking we have a little service entrance. There's not really space anywhere in here other than back here, which I think could be a shout. So we're not going to really look through this window too often. And even if we do, it should be hard to tell. So I am going to, right here, I think, hopefully dig straight down into water. And this is our little area that we built over and forgot about. It's still here. And here are the start to the trading depots. So we're actually just going to dig out this whole area and go all the way to the end of the trading depots, which is right here. So I suppose let's get started on doing that. We'll have to make a pathway down and over here eventually, but all of these can go, and we're going to start with digging out this little area. And there we go. The area is dug out, and you can see that I have some diamond magnum torches. These just prevent mob spawning in a in a range, and that is because we have villagers up here. If these guys, if all of them die to one zombie, I'm gonna cry forever, and we don't want that to happen because I'll never post a video ever again. So we're just gonna use that to prevent any mobs from killing those guys, and I guess let's also make this platform fully. What we could do, actually, let's get dirt all the way along here, and then I can make a cool thing. There are things called wands, and we have a bunch of nether stars because we killed about 50 withers, but this lets us place in a bunch of blocks at the same time, as long as we're not really worried about a pattern or anything, and I am not at all worried about a pattern. So we're just gonna build this along so that we have a little bit extra floor for us, and then we should be good. And that should be plenty for getting everything together. Now we do need to, so this is the dew stream area actually, I forgot about that, where we made the milkshakes originally. I am just gonna block this off so that villagers don't start wandering. I suppose I'll just block it off here. There we go, and the villagers should be trapped. Awesome, I'm not really worried about them being able to escape, which would be an issue if they did do that. So now I suppose let's grab all of these 4, bring them down the stairs, get a bunch of beds, and I guess start breeding up a ton of villagers. I'm gonna make probably 64 to 70. We only need 56 or something, but knowing me, I'm gonna kill half of them. So the more, the better, honestly, in this situation. And it shouldn't be too hard to get a few more once we have a billion. That'll be the goal. I don't think we're allowed to use these farmers again because it seems like they're not resetting their trades, which is a little bit annoying, but honestly not the end of the world if we're gonna have duplicates anyway. All right, these guys are now in. I'm gonna get some beds in here and we're gonna get started on villager breeding. I think this is gonna be cool in a time-lapse form. I don't plan on having all 100 million down there. I'm probably going to bring some up as we go along, just so that we free up some bed space. But let's get into a quick little time lapse of breeding up all of these villagers. There is one thing I didn't consider, and it is that these guys are the loudest things in the base now. Let's turn all of this down. Whew. All right, so anytime you enter here, make sure you turn off your volume. But otherwise, these guys are now in. We can clean up the underground area. I'm just gonna F4 free cam down here. We still have some guys that are actually repopulated. We can't have that, no. We need to convert a lot of these guys into non-librarian villagers because obviously we need something other than a librarian here. So I've already done the math on the amount of villagers that we need and kind of what stuff I want to automate. A lot of the villagers are kind of bad in the create mod since we can automate a lot of the things already. So we don't need things that like give us iron or gold or coal or emeralds or anything because we have farms for that. But we do need some things that are otherwise not farmable. So obviously librarians give you name tags, which we definitely want. And then the other ones are butchers, which give you cooked chicken. So we get a cooked chicken farm without dealing with chickens, which is amazing because chickens are so loud. We can use that to then make the barbecue on a stick, which is really good. So yeah, cooked chicken is one of the few in the list here. So we can automate that now. We can use a cleric to automate glowstone, which is otherwise not automatable. We can get a leather worker to give us saddle, which we can then crush down into leather to automate leather. And then we need a bunch of stonemasons to convert stone into emeralds. Stonemasons, each one, give you the ability to do 20 stone for 1 emerald. And in my initial testing, and I don't know how true this is, our stone farm will create probably a couple thousand per minute, which means we probably need about 2 or 3 rows of stonemasons. This guy doesn't have a job. Someone stole your job. Who stole it? Who's being rude? It doesn't matter. You're getting a new job, sir, so good news for you. To start then, I suppose, let's get all of these guys into stonemasons. I don't actually know what the item is that turns villagers into stonemasons, so I'll have to look that up. Obviously, it's a stone cutter, so I probably could have figured that out. But we need about 12 of these. I'm just gonna get a stack. That's fine. So these guys should pretty quickly get a new job, and I'm at least hoping that they do. I really hope these guys are able to interact with this since it's a lower down block than the lecterns here. Uh-oh. Pretty please. pretty please work. Pretty please. Oh, maybe it's nighttime. Maybe it's nighttime and they can't do it. That's what I'm believing for now, so that my sadness doesn't creep in. Oh, someone slept. Nice. Get a job. Get a job. Oh, he's a mason. His name's Mason now. Ash bricks? If we buy a couple of bricks here and level my boy up, you're at level 2. If you do particles, nope, not those particles. Those particles. Yes, we have stone for emeralds, and it's 20 stone for 1 emerald, which is not too bad. Now we have to do this with all the other guys. You don't have a job yet? Get a job, you dweeb. So the issue I'm running into now is that these guys don't want to connect to the workstation that's right in front of them. They are, and this is probably a better example, trying to connect to a different one or just not connecting to anything at all. So if we put these 4 in, these 3 guys should just be like, oh man, there's a lectern right here. Let's do that one. But no, and if we put them down, they're just gonna wander. He's trying to connect to that. And with this guy, we should have, if I put this in, particles, green particles. We have every single enchantment that we need, except for a few because I'm lazy and I don't want to get them. But all the ones that actually kind of matter, like punch, sweeping edge, smite, if we need it, soulbound, which is a brand new enchantment from the Graves mod, which I think binds any tool or armor to your body. So if you die, you just keep it. Mending, of course, aqua affinity, infinity, fire aspect 2, and loads more. You've seen this before. This is every vanilla playthrough in your whole life. This is easy. We need to do automation. And down here, these 4, or I guess 3 sets are all stonemasons that want to trade stone for emeralds. And I think in this area would be a good spot, since I guess this is now our villager house. And I already have a little stone generator here over in a creative testing world. You can see that it is going pretty darn fast. We already have 128 stone. Yeah, it's basically a stack every 3 seconds or so. So I don't know if our villagers are going to keep up, but if not, we can add more, no problem at all. And we're using a recipe here that, if we grab some cobble, we have a recipe from, I think, a Foxy No-Tail pack where we can mix water and lava into cobblestone. Yeah, Foxy No-Tail bits and bobs. And it's just a little bit more survival and lag friendly on a server because mixers don't create a ton of lag. So I suppose we can just get this into our survival world. It really isn't too expensive. The only thing that is kind of expensive is this fan, and we already have one. So it shouldn't be too bad at all. We just got to get it moved over to the survival world. All right, we have all the items we need. This isn't too many things, to be honest. I mean, given the fact that we always build with like 30-something pages, this was pretty light. So all we need to do is throw in some gunpowder. Make sure we say skip missing blocks. Yep. And we should be good. Oh, and we increase the speed of the schematic cannon just because we're building massive things with it, and there's not really a point in making it the normal speed when it's all slow. If we don't need to, I guess I built this at the wrong height. All right, we should be good, honestly, to connect this to power and start it up for the first time. I'm actually stupid and need to connect it from a super different place. All right, quick little gearbox, and we should see things start to happen, but maybe I am lying to everyone. These feel like they're going the wrong way. These have lava in them. We just need to grab some water. I forgot about that. All right, we throw this in. We should hear cobblestone being made, and it is getting flung into this wall and converted into stone, which we should see here any second now. Now comes the challenge that I actually don't know how to fix. How do I get items from a belt up into the trading depots? And then how do I get items out from the trading depots? Oh, I didn't think this far ahead because I thought I would be able to fix it. And after a little bit of dev work, I have found that this works at least a little bit well. And the good news is that in the back of the church area, if I just get a block here, we have behind the very back set of like seats, blocks right above it, so it won't even be noticeable from up top here. It is pretty simple. We just have stone getting inputted on the top. It goes into the trading depots. Normally, we're going to have the stone cutters right on this block here. and then the trading depot connected to the stonecutter. Whenever the villager interacts with the stonecutter, this trades in all of the stone available for all of the emeralds it can get, and then the emeralds get dropped out below here. So let's get this pretty simple setup in. While I was testing it, I was trying to do some crazy stuff here. While I was testing it, it seems that we only need 2 rows of 4 because it is pretty quick and the cobble farm is not as fast. So we should be able to just have 2 rows instead of the 3 we were having before, which will save us some time. And there we go, we have it mostly in. I haven't powered out of the bottom belt here, and it is nighttime, so they're not gonna be trading. But I think that's a perfect time to set up the bottom belt so we can get some emerald storage in. For the moment, I'm just gonna not connect it to our main storage system, but I'll get a pathway in soon. But basically what we have here is the cobble generator turns into a stone, stone goes up over, and then the same system that I just showed you where cobble is on this belt goes into the trading depot, and then whenever the villager messes with the stonecutter at all, it will power it. So I'm just gonna come over here and connectify you two, and we should be good. And just for temporary sake, we are going to put a funnel there, and now we should be able to go to sleep and see this thing in action. A quick nap, and we should see these guys interacting with their stonecutters in front of them in a second. The cobblestone generator is going. Interact with it. Touch it. Go. Sir. It doesn't look like anyone's doing it yet, so maybe we just need to wait a little bit longer in the day. Oh, there they go. They made a noise. We're getting emeralds. Okay, we are already at a stack. Wait, this is gonna be so fast. How much stone do we have saved? We're already empty, it seems. We need a faster cobblestone generator. This is too slow. And after a day of AFKing, we have almost half a row of emeralds. Okay, this might be fast enough. We might be good on this, actually. I was gonna say we might need a new cobble gen. I think we're okay. I think half a set of rows per Minecraft day is plenty. That should be good enough. So I think I'm pretty happy with the emerald farm that we now have. It is looking pretty good. It is working well. I just fell into a hole. But something that I added just now was a little bit extra trading here that you can see. So up here we have our butcher, cleric, leatherworker, just a normal librarian here, and then another librarian, all of which are giving us things that we otherwise wouldn't be able to farm. So the first one, I know I said cooked chicken. Rabbit stew is a pre-made food that gives you, what is it called? Comfort? I don't know what comfort is, but that's our food source. I mean, easy. It doesn't put a bowl in your inventory like a lot of the other meals, like the beef patty with vegetables or vegetables, stuff like that require a bowl here, so that puts a bowl in your inventory, which is so annoying. Instead, rabbit stew gives you not as much saturation in food, but it gives you comfort. I don't know what comfort is. We have glowstone, which you can't farm, saddles for leather, bookshelves for books, and name tags as the last one. And we just have our emeralds going around, feeding all these guys if they're allowed to buy stuff, and then otherwise going down straight back to our main storage system way over there. And we can actually ride this along, and I can show you where this connects up to. Oh no, oh no, Papa, I'm stuck. I've been stuck, Papa. This goes all the way over here. I still can't get out. Up here, sure, and under this thing here, which then belts straight into this item vault here. So we have all the emeralds coming back to our main system here. All of that is working amazingly. I will obviously keep an eye on the rates here, and if we need more emeralds, I can just add more mixers here for this cobble gen. I mean, half a row of stacks of emeralds should be good enough. I'm curious to see how long this will take to stack up, so I suppose we'll see. But we now have a fully fledged interior for this base, excluding 3 rows for, I don't know, future things, if we wanted them. We could just like fill in the rest with librarians that aren't used for anything, but I don't know if DoStream wants any villagers or any items or farms or stuff that can be farmed from villagers that I don't have yet. So I'm gonna leave them blank for now, and worst case we could just put in more librarians and then we'll be good to go. But that'll do it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. We made a ton of progress, and in the next video I hope that we can get set up at least a basic XP enchanting setup that is fully automated and will give us literally any enchant on whatever armors we want fully automatically. So stay tuned for that. If you liked it, leave a like, consider subscribing if you're new, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.